Well, back we are.
Again, third video from Mulia Point. Where you going? Don't disappear. Going to get out of the picture, and then what?
And then what? And then
Talking to you about
the
probably
trip.
our last overnight stay, and our route from Calvinia to Tulbagh, which was our last overnight stay. But the route was freaking nuts.
Unexpected.
We were so keen to get out there that morning that we skipped breakfast. We were up very early because I was so keen to get into the Tankwa Karoo park when the sun was rising. But yeah, because of certain events that unfolded, a lot of uncertainty crept into our minds because we had rumors that the route we were going to take is really, really dangerous in terms of punctures. You will get a puncture or two. We have a puncture kit with us, but that I feel like dealing with that kind of crap, so that threw us.
Yeah.
And we missed the sunrise in the park. Only got into the park at about 9 because it's quite a way away anyway.
Yeah.
But we took a different route, but it was still amazing. And this particular day we crossed 4 passes. I'm jumping ahead, but 4 passes in one day. Incredible. Anyway.
So yeah, just to give a little bit of details just around the Tankwa Karoo. So that was, we picked that because we were so curious, heard about that, but there's not much out there about it, and tell you why in a little while. And so we had the possibility to go via 2 different passes. So we wanted to do the Ganaga Pass, which means you go the R354 to Middle Pass, which is still alright, and it leads you already through these kind of great mountainous areas, and then you go off-road and you go via the pass. And this is where they said, ooh, I mean, this hasn't changed for years. There are so many splinters and you can be sure that you lose a tire, at least one of them. And the other thing was like, make sure you are prepared, because this is a kind of no shop, no petrol station area, fuel uptake, everything you need. And
fuel and water, guess.
Yeah, so this is what we did, and said, okay, we don't want to risk this, and we will never ever do that again. So we will stay in the future adventurous and just do it and not let anybody influence us in that way. Afterwards we thought we should have done that actually. So however, the other route, so you go the R355 and you take the Blue Crans Pass route. So that was anyway, it was also amazing. It's a gravel road, same way. You're meandering through the mountains, and it takes you about 50 kilometers and more only to enter the Karoo National Park. So
what an experience that was.
Yeah.
So, first of it was the pass. What was that pass called?
The Blue Crans
on the way,
Pass.
The Blue Crans Pass, and then so you have all this mountainous area. You can see way into the distance. You could sort of get a sense of what's coming, but not really.
Yeah.
It's only once you're in that park and you travel a bit deeper into the park that you see, what the heck is this place?
Yeah.
It's not desert, but it is desert.
It is.
It's It's not bushy, but there are bushy areas. It's not only along the river you get some green, but it is essentially bare mountains, and as far as the eye can see, there's just this flat land of nothingness.
So they call it the basin of the Tankwa Karoo, which is surrounded, really embraced by these mountain ranges that are really bizarre. But it is so different to other national parks, and this is what I wanted to say before, because there are accommodations, private and sandpark ones, but it's not the park you would envision. So the reception is in the middle of the park, so you enter it without being, let's say, greeted at the beginning of the park. You just go into it, and in the middle, this is where the reception area is. So, and then there is nothing. There is no shop.
Can I add that this road to the park is actually a national road? If you drive right through the park without going off, veering off, you don't pay any fees.
Yeah.
You just carry on straight through the park. But if you decide to go and explore the park, you'll need to check in at the reception and pay a fee to explore the park. So that was interesting. It's the only national park we've come across that you can drive through, experience it, without having to pay for it.
Right.
Fascinating.
And the national route going through it. it's a gravel road. It's so heavily corrugated. This was just, you're jumping up and down all the time. So it's not a difference to going off-road. But yeah, that was interesting.
But was it too difficult, right? There are some animals along the way. Actually, a lot of ruins. So there was some, well, not a lot, but there were some ruined buildings where obviously people live, but obviously not anymore. Animals, we've seen a few, not much, but we've seen ostriches, gemsbok, that sort of thing. But mainly it was the landscape, which was the experience. Sent the drone up a couple of times, not in the park. You're not allowed to do that. That's why in most of our videos we don't have a lot of drone flights, because we were mostly in national parks, or the first week or two it was crappy weather, we couldn't do a damn thing with the drone. So at least the drone came around South Africa, experienced some of it, not a lot of it. Not as much as we thought it was going to do. Anyway, so I'm veering off, and then coming out of the park, we came across this very interesting what is it, a stopover, like a farm store?
That was the pot stall, the Tankwa pot stall.
Freaking weird statues and things on the outside, UFO kind of stuff, but very popular. Well, a lot of bikes and cars parked there.
And since there is nothing, so in the national park, as I had to say before, there are no shops, nothing. They don't sell anything. And even you see it on the map, settlements are not settlements, they are just some farm stores. But this is a very well-known one, so obviously to visitors, day visitors, like being around in the Tankwa Karoo, and there was a lot of cyclists, and there was a weird outside picnic area with a crashed UFO on the hill and some extraterrestrials walking around. Some installations,
as somebody would call it in one of the movies we saw. So, but just the opposite to that, we could have taken the main road to Tulbach, but being who we are, we saw a little sign that says Kakakama. We said, what the heck is Kakakama? And we got onto that road.
And this is where that started.
What a crazy experience. So you go from this flatland desert with naked mountains around it into mountains which got greener and greener and greener as you go. So there were a couple of passes we did through, I can't remember the pass names, we'll have to put that in the videos.
But
just you go every corner, you go around. Then you go, it's like a mini Cedarburg. Then you're in what's like a riverbed area where there's a lot of greenery, and then you're back into some crazy looking different mountains. Anyway.
But I mean, to be honest, you're touching Cedarburg, and this is why it looks like Cedarburg. And I mean, to set into the pictures, you could go straight down to Ceres. This was the first idea, and then continue to Tulbach. And then we said, no, just take this road over the pass. So this leads you to another road that goes straight to Ceres, but after the pass, and it ends at Optiberg. So this is the only settlement you can see there, and in between two passes, and the view backwards, that's through us first. So we went up, and we were looking behind us, and it was just you see the entire Tankwa Karoo. You see
a good portion of it.
It was a good portion of it, and then the other direction, the other Karoo National Park. So, and the entire valley in between. So, and then there was a point when we are on the top of it and looking around, and then there was the Kakakama road. So, but that would have taken us another only about 20 kilometers one way to reach this reserve area.
Yeah, that's for another day.
I think
we were experiencing a heck of a lot that day.
But this is actually where you connect to the Cedarburg Mountains, and this is what it looks like there already, this bizarre mountains and so on.
So that was an amazing drive. And then we got to, what's it? Opikopi, what is it?
Optiberg,
little town, and from there you could just see the vineyard starting.
Oh, that was
and
another one.
Green vineyards and so many lakes around. I mean, I don't know if they were farm lakes, but they looked like little lakes all over the place. It was a completely different area from crazy dry a few hours before to these crazy mountains, and now we're in green area with water everywhere and all these amazing vineyards and mountains. And these were the green mountains again. They were just filled with greenery, and it's amazing. And the deeper we went, the higher the mountains got, and the greener it started getting. And again, a couple of passes through Cedarburg to Tulbach. And was there another one along the way? But
Yeah,
a different kind of pass, like very green and lush.
Yeah, so the one, I mean, first before you reach the official road to Ceres, down to Ceres, this is where it leads you to Optiberg and to the first vineyards, and this is already so lush and green.
Yeah.
And then you go down, and there's this kind of, it's called Prince Albert Hamlet. It's a settlement, but in the same way, it's a pass which you go down, and then you see the entire bassin of Ceres, where this is obviously the fruit growing area, one of the major ones in South Africa.
In the entire Ceres you can see down.
Well,
all those farmlands and very pretty.
So that was the second pass, and then going through Ceres, which is a little bit industrial.
That's right, there was that pass.
Yeah, that was the first one.
And then there was the one leaving Ceres into...
and then
that's more farmy than industrial, I would say.
That was, yes, but it's it's the food industry located
exactly.
there. You maybe know all these fruit juices, Ceres, and the brand Ceres. So this is where this is obviously originated from. So yeah, that was completely new. You see this entire valley so full of plantations and dark blue little lakes and all that. And the second, the connection, and that was another wow. We said, we can't believe what we experiencing in this one day. That's the Mitchell's Pass, which is leading from Ceres to Tulbagh. You see, okay, it's a road of about 30 kilometers. You drive between these two cities or villages. And then all of a sudden you're going through mountain ranges you would never experience.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That was amazing. So Mitchell's
Pass. And then
Pass.
down into Tulbagh, which itself is a very quaint little town.
Yeah.
It really is quaint. And we lived in the middle of town, in the main road, in a hotel. What was it called?
That was
Tulbagh Hotel.
Actually the Tulbagh Hotel.
Yeah.
But it's a boutique hotel. It's called itself Boutique Hotel.
So we were right there in the middle of this quaint little town, in this quaint hotel.
Yeah.
Had dinner there. It was really an awesome, quiet experience. I thought it was going to get loud because there was a lot of people. It was a Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday?
It was Saturday evening.
We're in the main road. Oh God. But luckily it was quiet.
Yeah.
The only thing that we heard in the middle of the night was some girls freaking screaming and laughing, obviously celebrating some sort of who knows what. But anyway, so that was a good experience, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Tulbagh was nice.
It was just a kind of continuation of our wine route experience in South Africa. Just we found wine vineyards everywhere.
Yeah, some wines that we knew, like the Rijkswijn and Tulbagh Winery. That was Tulbagh, and until we meet again, have a good one. Cheers.